online in various ways using artificial intelligence, AI, I don't know, and things like that sent to her family members. And considering what she is implying or laying out or insinuating here, and there's really no insinuation.
Angel Reese dropped a bombshell accusing Caitlin Clark fans of sexualizing her with AI, but Jason Whitlock isn't buying it. He's calling out Reese for playing the blame game. What's really going on here? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos. Without subscribing, it costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Just when you thought this story couldn't get any crazier, Jason Whitlock steps in with a scorching hot take. He's not buying Reese's story one bit. But why? What does Whitlock see that others might be missing? Whitlock's coming in hot, challenging Angel Reese's accusations against Caitlin Clark's fans. He's asking the tough questions that nobody else seems to be asking. Is Reese really the victim here, or is there more to this story? Let's break down Whitlock's argument. He's saying Reese is pointing fingers at Clark's fans without any real evidence. It's like she's trying to connect every negative thing that happens to her back to Caitlin Clark. Whitlock calls us out as stupid and dishonest. He's not holding back, is he?
I guess all of this racist behavior has been thrust upon Angel Reese, so to speak.
But here's where it gets interesting. Whitlock's painting a picture of Clark's fans as regular families. He's basically saying, hey, do these people really seem like the type to create inappropriate AI images
online in various ways using artificial intelligence, AI, I don't know, and things like that sent to her family members?
It's a fair question, right? I mean, we're talking about basketball fans, not tech-savvy trolls. So if Clark's fans aren't behind this, what's really going on? Whitlock's got a theory, and it's pretty wild. He thinks Reese might be using this whole situation to get more attention. It's like she's playing the victim card to deflect criticism from her own actions and image. You know what's even crazier? Whitlock's challenging the idea that any criticism of Reese is automatically racist. He's saying there's a part of Reese's fan base that believes you can't criticize her without it being tied to racism, but Whitlock's not buying it. He's saying we need to look at the bigger picture here. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Whitlock suggesting that without Clark, Reese might not even be this famous. That's a bold claim, right? But think about it. The rivalry between these two players has been all over the media. It's been driving a lot of the buzz around women's basketball lately. So, is Reese playing the blame game? Whitlock seems to think so. He's arguing that she's using this situation to her advantage, keeping herself in the spotlight by stirring up controversy. It's like she's found a way to stay relevant by constantly linking herself to Clark, even when it's in a negative way. But here's the thing, is this strategy backfiring on Reese by constantly bringing up Clark and blaming her fans?
All this was the fact that evidently she is saying some Caitlin Clark fans have sexualized her.
Saying was, the Indiana Fever fans were basically harassing her. They were the racist ones, saying they were stalking her.
She actually giving Clark more power. It's like she's unintentionally making Clark the center of her story instead of focusing on her own game and achievements. Whitlock's take on this whole situation is making us question everything we thought we knew about this WNBA drama. He's challenging us to look beyond the surface level accusations and think about the bigger picture. Is this really about inappropriate AI images, or is it about something else entirely? Remember when Reese said there was no hate between her and Clark? Well, that statement is about to get real interesting.
Or is things being done to make Caitlin Clark fans look bad? Because what I've seen on TV, Caitlin Clark fans look like regular families. And considering what she is implying or laying out or insinuating here, and there's really no insinuation.
We're diving into Reese's social media game, and trust me, it's a whole new ball game. So here's the deal. Reese knows the media has been hyping up this rivalry with Clark. She's even acknowledged it herself, but then she turns around and blames Clark's fans for all the negative attention. Something doesn't add up here, folks. Let's take a look at Reese's online presence. It's like a highlight reel of her life, but Whitlock's saying it might be more than just innocent posts. He's pointing out that Reese puts herself out there in a big way. We're talking photos, videos, the whole 9 yards. And now she's shocked that people are looking at her a certain way. Come on, Whitlock's not holding back. He's saying she puts herself out there. And now I'm shocked that people have sexualized me. It's like Reese is playing both sides of the court here. She's showing off her image, but then getting upset when people react to it. You know what's wild? Whitlock's basically saying Reese's bare skin is everywhere online. That's a bold statement, right? But it makes you think, if Reese is putting herself out there like that, can she really be surprised when people take notice? Here's where it gets tricky. Reese is blaming Clark's fans for sexualizing her, but Whitlock's asking the million-dollar question, are we sure they're Caitlin Clark fans? He's not buying it. He thinks Reese might be using this whole situation to keep the spotlight on herself. Think about it, this rivalry with Clark has been huge for Reese's career. It's like every time we talk about one, we have to mention the other. They're linked whether they like it or not. And Whitlock suggesting that without Clark, Reese might not even be this famous. So is Reese playing a game here? Is she using this rivalry and now these accusations to stay in the headlines? It's like she can't decide if she wants to be Clark's rival or her victim. 1 minute she's saying there's no hate, the next she's pointing fingers at Clark's fans. But here's the thing, is this strategy backfiring on Reese by constantly bringing up Clark even in a negative way? Is she actually making Clark more popular? It's like she can't stop talking about her, and that's keeping both of them in the news. You've got to wonder if Reese realizes what she's doing. She's created this image of herself online, build up this rival with Clark, and now she's complaining about the attention she's getting. It's like she's trapped in a game of her own making. Just when you thought this couldn't get more intense, Reese drops the R-word, racism, but Whitlock's not buying it. He's saying she's using it to dodge criticism. Is he onto something? Or is this a whole new ball game? Whitlock's coming at this from a totally different angle. He's challenging Reese's claims about racism. Heedon, you know what he said? I'm highly skeptical. When people start throwing that card out there, that's a bold move, right? He's not just doubting Reese's story. He's saying she might be using racism as a shield to avoid taking heat for her actions.
And decided to, in a broad bubble, a broad envelope, blame Caitlin Clark fans for all of this. Wait a second here. If you're going to blame anybody for sexualizing Angel Reese, then blame Angel Reese.
That's a serious accusation. It's like he's saying, hey, not everything negative that happens to you is because of your race. But here's where it gets tricky. Whitlock's asking us to think about something bigger. Is all criticism of Reese really rooted in racism? Or is some of it just criticism? It's a tough question, but an important one. Think about it. When any player does something controversial, fans are going to talk, they're going to react. That's just part of being in the spot. But where do we draw the line between valid criticism and racism? Whitlock's pushing us to look at the bigger picture here. He's saying, how do you unpack Caitlin Clark fans are the reason people are making AI pictures of me? How do you get there? What does that have to do with Caitlin Clark? It's a fair question, right? This isn't just about Reese anymore. It's about how we talk about race and sports. It's about how we handle tough conversations. Are we quick to label everything as racism, or are we missing real instances of racism because we're too busy arguing about the small stuff? You know what's wild? This whole situation is making us question everything. We're not just talking about basketball anymore. We're talking about society, about how we treat each other, about how we react to controversy. Whitlock's take on this is making waves. He's saying we need to be careful about how we use the race card, because if we use it too much or in the wrong situations, we might miss the real issues. It's like crying wolf. If you do it too often, people stop listening. But here's the million-dollar question. Are we letting important conversations about racism get muddied by personal disputes? That's what Whitlock's getting at. He's saying we need to be clear about what's really racism and what's just regular criticism or personal beef. This whole situation is like a mirror reflecting back at us how we deal with tough topics. Are we ready to have these conversations? Can we separate personal issues from societal ones? That's the real challenge here.